Hiya folks, T-Witty here. Welcome back to Let's Play Shadowrun Returns. Last time we left off at the end of a pretty tedious combat segment. Not so much the real-world combat. I think my character build has finally sort of crossed the power threshold curve where that's actually solvable. And to be fair, if my main character had been the one decking, that probably would have been easier too. Anyway, we hid overnight, changing into a janitor uniform to try and get the Aegis sample. Mission item added, comlink chips, new objective, don't blow your cover. Alright, that's exciting. This sounds, by the way, very much like a non-combat mission, like the Universal Brotherhood was on its top level, which is one of my favorite parts of the game so far, so one hopes. Oh, hello. The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable dime-a-dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally, we'd watch an orientation trid and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, but you're going to need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. Cleaning up other people's messes is what I do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Straighten up this floor and stay out of trouble. Got it. Sounds good. We'll get to those orientation trids another day. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack a Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. Telestrian Guard. What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors may only be accessed with the expressed authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, well I better get back to it. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raoul, I know and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said it was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. Suits sure love their mission statements and all that dreck. But today isn't the day for Telestrian Corp's duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I have got to go upstairs and report. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry, I tracked that dreck all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. Me either. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. What, William? You need to go to the next city. The big one in the middle that you had to give the guards the tea to get through. Yeah. Yep. Me either. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Install the comlink chip, Matrix Emergency Power Junction. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. Karma gained. 2. Yeah, that's not enough to spend, but that's neat. Telestrian tech worker. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the LAN racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? Remove the access panel from the panel and place a comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. Easy peasy. Glad I've been investing in charisma. The open panel is a rat's nest of cables and half-disassembled hardware. Some of it is loose. Take some of the LAN parts. Mission item added. Matrix LAN parts. Sweet. This room seems to be empty already. Fair enough. I have to say, at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere, I need to make my report to Eric. Telestrian worker. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I came across some items that might help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Charisma 4. Security's bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with, and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There's no reason I should let security push me around. He steals himself. Just do it quick. He placed the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Mission item removed. Matrix LAN parts. Thanks so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out of here for a while? There's a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this just between us. Outstanding. Matrix Emergency Power Junction. Remove the access panel and place a comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you quickly install the comlink chip. Karma gained. 2. Objective complete. Plant the comlink chips to get to Eric Silverstar's office. Excuse me. I think that's enough to spend on something. So it is. Specifically, we're going to take Charisma to 7. What's through here, I wonder? Oh yeah, the front door. guess this is the way forward. What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Top floors may only be accessed with the expressed authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Hey, I found all these chips on some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Ah, there we go. You're about to transition to a new location. Continue. Absolutely. Collecting the sample. Hey, that only took 10 minutes, so we can keep playing. The brutish, dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor, and your goal. Alright. Silverstar's office is over here. Anything to say to these folks? Hey, this is a restricted area. You can't go in there. Okay, better not blow my cover. I'm gonna see what happens. The answer, apparently, is absolutely nothing. Well, let's roll. There's the man himself, Eric Silverstar. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Well, it's duty above all, right? He laughs. Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it, from a janitor no less. No, I am speaking of my 3rd and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. We prefer building maintenance, sir. Of course you do. Now please start filling out the report on the datapad, and I'm afraid I must ask you to not sit in my chair given your attire. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Oh, that was easy. Your comlink begins to ring. You pick up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I am tracking Silverstar, and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. Alright, what do we got? There's an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty and a half-smoked cigar. Walk away. The painting is of a small lighthouse in an intense storm at night perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out into the darkness. The plaque reads, Vigilance. Well, that's the 3rd value. This painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds bringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads, Independence. Alone. What's the 2nd value? This is a photorealistic painting of 5 massive harvesters in Telestrian colors in a staggered formation, cutting a swath across a rippling field of wheat. The plaque reads, Unity. Alone. Depicted is a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in Tier. The plaque reads, Efficiency. That sounds right. This shows a profile of 3 L's in Telestrian security uniforms looking upwards at a flag flying the Telestrian logo. The plaque reads, Duty. It's gotta be duty. The frame clicks into place and the painting slides back into the wall. Efficiency. Frame clicks into place and the painting slides back into the wall. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and a very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question them. And I know if vigilance was the last one. Frame clicks into place and the painting slides back into the wall. Secret area. There's a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely keyed to Mr. Silverstar. Walk away. But what about the whiskey and the cigar? Pick up the half-smoked cigar. Mission item added, Eric Silverstar's half-smoked cigar. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. The click and faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Objective complete. Find the Aegis sample. New objective. Escape. To the elevator. Alright. Uh-oh. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? What do you want, McCluskey? Hello, McCluskey. How'd you find me? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, Trek for Brains. Make the wrong choice. I'm going, but one day you and I are going to go round and round, McCluskey. I'm counting on it, asshat. Alright, we're still not at 20 minutes, so we'll do whatever this conversation is, too. The Estate. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast of the over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road and a magnificent mansion fills your view, its design a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged onto the driveway, where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, Special Forces troops from Tir Tairngire. Massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. Oh, this is very interesting. What up, McCluskey? McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, Elf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tir Tairngire and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You his lapdog? Should I be impressed? Richer than hell elves take a dump the same way I do, McCluskey. His eyes widen, then his smirk gets even broader. That's the right attitude, chummer. You're just the same as Mr. Telestrian. Yes, you are. The only difference is that you got no money and you got no power. So tell me again, Trek for Brains, what is it you got? Honor, free will, indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. Mr. Quoth. Or Mr. Quoth. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from your toes to the tips of your pointed ears before he speaks. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. You his butler? I am Mr. Quoth, his head of household. Mr. Telestrian is waiting for you in his office. He is not one to be kept waiting. Algernon? What you doing here, buddy? There was a twinkle in Algernon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses' Union. It is good to see you again. There is much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? I do not run at all, Beavis. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Fascinating. Alright. Alright, let's go talk to the man, I guess. But where? How? Which way is the office? Apparently it's not up those stairs, like I would have guessed. In here? Yes, in here. Quoth was leading me there. Alright. Wait a minute. How did I get him to run so fast? I don't know. Ah, there he is. James Telestrian III. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else. The feeling that you're being categorized as a resource, or a liability, or a pawn. Objective complete. Talk to James Telestrian III. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my Vice President of Security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, sir. How do you intend to settle your debt? To take a check. You already confiscated the container I took. I have no other bargaining chips. Etiquette Corporate. Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide that debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point. However, you have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. The most protected item is usually the most valuable, that's why I took it. It goes like this. Your half-brother, Sam Watts, hired me to find his own killer. He had a dead man switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. I took the Aegis sample to kill giant insect spirits. You impress me, sir. My father's bastards are intentionally not well known, even to themselves. Nevertheless, I fail to see the connection between this Sam Watts' death and a raid on one of my office buildings. There is no connection between the research project and the dead man that I am aware of. Sam was killed by your half-sister Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. Aegis kills giant bugs. Kill the bugs, kill Jessica, get paid. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. Ooh, the young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you, Marie-Louise Telestrian. You're the man who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Telestrian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive him for his trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got out okay, Marie-Louise. You did well back there. Without you, we'd all be dead. This guy's your father? I'm not okay. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up there and still be there, with the bugs. You can relax, Marie-Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, it won't be over until they're all dead. She shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in here, all you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Harkeem involved. That must be Baron Samedi. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this man. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Beavis, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a man of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I would be delighted. I don't know if that is sarcasm or not. Just behave. There is a weight in Telestrian's library, a sense of magnitude and of purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. Lady and gentlemen, this is Beavis. He is the elf who saved my daughter, and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Herr Brackhouse, what does the representative of the great dragon Lofweir have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brackhouse speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. My Lord Lofweir has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows... Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Beavis, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or hydra or something else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. I imagine that moving from one plane of existence to another isn't easy. Before you go on, I've got to ask, who the hell are you and why are you dressed like that? I don't have etiquette academic. I believe that would explain why I wasn't able to damage it. The spirit itself is extraplanar. Is that why I couldn't kill it? Exactly so. Your little buggy friend exists on both planes simultaneously. Harlequin. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner in this case being us. Two elements are required to bring one across the void, a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised, in short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. This insect spirit will then slowly consume its host while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. What's this have to do with a great dragon and an elf who likes cosmetics? Whiz, bugs from another dimension need killing. I get it. I don't like the sound of this. Not now, William. Oh, baby, sorry. What's up? Sorry for the interruptions. They be endless sometimes when there are kids in the house. Anyway, I said, got it. No, you don't, kid. Not by a long shot. This is bigger than hunting down an insect shaman or putting a few 9mm rounds into a bug. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find, and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses, again, and again, and again. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario, faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Beavis. It is an invasion. My Lord Lofweir knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. Your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. And why don't you just fire a cruise missile at the Brotherhood and call it a day? You have engaged the enemy. You know why. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself exists on 2 planes. It cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence, Project Aegis. Herr Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Lothweir's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from its host. The formula, a fluorescing astral bacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once, and can thus affect the insect spirit. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off of index cards? I like Harlequin. My Director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astral bacteria strain. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Aegis is a multi-dimensional bug spray. It stomps bugs dead. Got it. Crudely put, but accurate. We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. I'm flattered. Glad you're convinced, because I'm not. No one's ever used this magic bug juice before. What makes you think this Project Aegis will actually work? He grins and his red lipstick catches the light. Because it has to. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Beavis? You had me at killing bugs. Show me how to use Aegis and I'll get it done. I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I assume that serving all mankind involves compensation. My job is to bring a killer to justice, not lead an assault against monsters out of nightmares. Excellent. He claps his hand as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Brockhouse raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. There is one final note, a warning if you will. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Received 10,000 nuyen. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need him to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Beavis. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. Find me when you're ready to go and we'll bug right out of here. He sighs. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant Quoth. He is highly resourceful. Take part in the tiered council meeting. Speak to Quoth to purchase supplies. Karma gained 8. Beautiful. We just did charisma, which means as the cycle goes, it's time to raise body to 8. Let's do it. Alright. Let's talk to Hans Brockhaus. We did not allow many opportunities during our briefing for you to ask questions, Shadowrunner. You may ask them now. How did the insect spirits get here? When the membrane between planes thins, the insect spirits reach into the mind of a shaman and begin their manipulation, playing on weaknesses and offering unlimited power if the rituals needed to bring the spirits here are performed. But once a shaman takes on an insect spirit as a totem, They begin an inevitable decline into insanity, slowly losing their humanity. Eventually, the shaman completely succumbs, choosing the contentment and sense of clear purpose that being part of a hive provides. Perform your role, serve your queen, that is all. If Lofweir had seen this before and knew another was coming, why didn't he move faster? Based upon the previous cycles of magic, the first insects are not due to appear for another 700 years. My Lord Lofweir believed he was well ahead of schedule. Something is different this time. It is concerning. Why do you think it's different this time? Perhaps it is due to the population of humans and metahumans on Earth being so much higher than in previous ages. As a result, the volume of magic created by sentient beings is correspondingly higher. Or perhaps it is the density of the population, coupled with the advances of society and technology, that has altered things. Magic has never returned to a world like this one before. The density of sentient creatures, coupled with the density of information, coupled with the new concept, the technological persistence of memory, heightens a society's existential angst. Thus, more people realize how truly horrible existence is, simultaneously. That in itself may be a form of magic. Lofweir is studying the question now. What's it like to serve a great dragon? The German man's eyes narrow. Do not misconstrue my relationship with Lord Lofweir. I do not serve. Where do the insect spirits come from? As the level of magic in the sixth world grows, for lack of a better word, the distance between the various planes of reality decreases. When the membrane between the planes is thin enough, ritual magic may be used to draw beings from one to another. I should go. Yes, good luck. Like him, let's talk to Algernon. May I provide spells, spirit foci, or fetishes to help you on this critical quest? I have a question first. Speak it. Were you spying on me at the Seamstresses Union? His eyes widen at the question. You mistake your importance, Beavis. No, I was not spying on you. Until Mr. Telestrian summoned, you were beneath my notice. I saw only a customer. Now, do you require my magic? Are you really here? Algernon's face takes on a dreamy expression. Are any of us? Yes, Beavis, I am here, and at the Seamstresses Union, and a myriad of other places. On to the work at hand. Do you require my magic? Who are you? I am a peddler of magical spells, spirits, and foci. Nothing more. Truly? No. Do you require my magic? Can I see what you're selling? Let's see. I don't think he has anything. No, he doesn't have anything I haven't already seen. Very good. Alright. We can talk to Telestrian again. Is there something I can clarify for you? Tell me more about Project Aegis. Telestrian Industries Corporation has been working on Project Aegis for 2 years without fully understanding its use. Lofweir did not trust me with the information. My engineers finally met the Dragon's specifications 3 months ago, and had just begun the production process when my cousin Lynn hired Shadowrunners to destroy the lab and the factory, leaving us only the sample you stole. Why was Marie-Louise taken by the Universal Brotherhood? He pauses before answering. The host for the Queen is chosen very carefully, as the interactions between the Queen and lead shaman are critical. A family connection between the two roles is ideal. As you have discovered my father's indiscretion with Melinda Watts, you know that Jessica Watts, the shaman, and Marie-Louise are related by blood. I would appreciate if that information remained in the shadows. How do I use Aegis? My people have weaponized the Project Aegis formula by creating shells which, when fired, propel a high-velocity cloud of the material which should be effective at killing exposed insect spirits. There are more effective ways to deliver Aegis, obviously. The time was of the essence, and I needed to improvise. I should go. Indeed. Alright. We talk to McCluskey again. That's kind of fun. You're gonna die, asshole. We're all gonna die, McCluskey. Yeah, but you're gonna die screaming. Oh, there's Marie-Louise. I was listening. It sounds bad. Yep. Thank you for everything. It'll be fine. Piece of cake. Could be worse. Could be raining. She smiles. It's Seattle. You look like you have a question. Why were you locked up at the Universal Brotherhood? Father didn't approve of my boyfriend and tried to scare him off. Something went wrong and Harkeem ended up in a wheelchair. Father covered the whole thing up and lied to me about Harkeem. He told me horrible things. Her jaw clenches, and I believed him. My Aunt Lynn told me the truth about Harkeem and how my father lied. She preyed upon my anger. I was so disgusted with him, it was easy for her to get me to leave and join her new family at the Universal Brotherhood. What did Lynn Telestrian and the Universal Brotherhood want with you? Aunt Lynn was very excited to have me there, almost manic. She talked about the inner circle and how I was going to be at its center. She said I would be their queen. The way she spoke, it was as if she'd seen God or something. Her eyes close and she hugs herself tightly. It is not God she sees, it's bugs. Only bugs. Was it Harkeem who helped you in the Matrix? She smiles, in love. Yes, even after my father ruined his life and convinced me to hate him, he's still been watching over me. My angel in cyberspace, Baron Samedi. After we escaped, I told Harkeem about the Brotherhood and about the bugs. It was his idea to steal Project Aegis so you could go back into the Universal Brotherhood and exterminate the bugs. But I don't know how he knew about it. Baron Samedi just knows things. So what did Harkeem tell you about us breaking into your father's office? Nothing. I haven't spoken to him since last night. Why? What happened? We went in hard and fast. It got bloody. What? No, that wasn't supposed to happen. I thought you were. He told me. Oh no. She closes her eyes tightly. Oh no. I should go. And here is Mr. Quoth. What you got for me, buddy? In addition to the Aegis-loaded launchers we will provide, I am authorized to outfit you with anything from weapons to supplies to clothing. Need some cyber installed. Can you help me out? I'm sure that can be arranged. Show me what you have. Anything? I don't need strength and hit points. See, I can do a leg and 2 arms, if I want. Universal Omnitech Cyber Leg. Yes. It's probably the last one I can do. But it's good. 8 HP, 1 quickness, and 1 dodge. Don't mind if I do. I can't also do my left leg. Oh, because that would take me to 0 essence. That's right, that's right. We can't do that. Alright, well that's the only one I would have wanted. Show me the outfits. Nothing new there. Show me the gear. You can do the Ruger Super Warhawk. Looks like a better pistol. Sell the Thunderbolt. Okay. What else you got? Dragon Sword. A heavy war sword that can cut a metahuman in half. I don't think any of the rest of these are new. Mainly interested. I would have bought Jazz if he had it. Looks like he doesn't. Alright. Well, that'll do. Right. That's it. No thanks, I'm good. Alright. Make sure my new pistol's equipped. Very good. Too bad I can't go back to the Union. Buy the better decking board. And then again, maybe I'm not going to need it. Harlequin, what up? Are you ready to get knee-deep in ectoplasm? I have a few questions first. Of course you do. So who are you? I am he, as you are me, and we are all together. Intelligence 5. You're the walrus? Goo-goo-gajoob! He bows with a flourish. I am Harley O'Quinn, the Lightbearer, last knight of the Crying Spire. He who manipulates Shadowrunners and fights duels with assholes. And for the next hour or two, I am at your service. How do we kill an insect spirit again? The fun, gory stuff. Step 1. Damage the bug using conventional weapons and magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Step 2. Shoot the insect spirit using the Project Aegis launcher that Telestrian's people created. Step 3. Keep shooting until either the spirit is destroyed or you are bug food. Rinse, repeat. What's the connection between the bugs and the Universal Brotherhood? Harlequin's eyes glitter at the question. Oh, this one is genius. Genius! Talk about hiding in plain sight. This cycle, the bugs didn't use some whacked-out shaman in a small rural village as their portal. They're thinking big. They set up shop in every major city, created a major marketing campaign, and then began aggressively recruiting the dropouts, the disaffected, and the deranged, just like any good cult. If Aegis fails, if we fail, the world will be absolutely overrun by bugs. It's brilliant. Does Hans Brackhaus really work for a great dragon? He winks. No. I'm ready. Let's go stomp some bugs. His eyes light up. I thought you'd never ask. Item added, Aegis Mark I launcher. I suppose you should know. Telestrian's technicians only had time to create a few prototype Aegis launchers. I'll be taking one, naturally. Another is for you. Treat her well. If you want additional bug-splattering firepower, James has agreed to allow one of his personal elite guard to accompany us with the final prototype weapon. And now let us away. We have a date with Destiny, and she doesn't like to be kept waiting. Alright. The Tyr-Tarn-Gyre Ghost. He's the one with an Aegis launcher. Oh. I suppose we'll bring Coyote and the Tyr Ghost. That'll be that. Very good. Head to the Hive beneath the Universal Brotherhood. Oh, fuck yes. The hunt begins. Your return to the Universal Brotherhood is anything but subtle. The team hits the same back door Coyote found, and you storm through, quickly making your way into the restricted area and the room where you last met Jessica and first encountered the bug. You stand there together, listening to the sounds of chittering coming from somewhere distant. Harlequin stares into the darkness, humming tunelessly while fingering the sword on his hip. Then he turns, lifts his Aegis launcher to his lips, and gives it a kiss. You give the signal and the hunt begins. Okay. I mean, yeah, pretty straightforward. Filled with a magical insecticide. I have the feeling I'm going to be doing a lot of save scumming to make sure my Aegis rounds hit. That side door you found last time you were here was helpful. We avoided all those Universal Brotherhood spa cult yahoos. Telestrian was right, you're a real value add. Harlequin grins, a wide, predatory grin, both sets of his pearly white teeth offset by the livid red lipstick around his mouth. Now the fun begins. Wait, I have some questions. Of course you do. If you won't tell me who you are, will you at least tell me what you can do? See this sword? Yeah, it looks unusual. Can you tell me more about it? I can stick people with it. Pretty good, too. I also have one of those Telestrian magical bug-eradicating launchers like the rest of you. That it? Is that not enough? Beyond the tattoos that adorn my face, I have another, a recent addition, in a place that only those closest to me will ever see. It is a dragon. Don't tell Hans. Oh, and I am a powerful mage as well. I forgot that. How do we kill an insect spirit again? Need a little reminder? Step 1. Damage the bug using conventional weapons and magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Step 2. Shoot the insect spirit using the Project Aegis launcher shells Telestrian's people created. Step 3. Keep shooting until either the spirit is destroyed or you are bug food. Now here's the tricky part. If we don't destroy the spirit fast enough, the spirit will re-enter the host, reanimate it, and rejuvenate it back to full health. I call it the 3 R's of buggery. You didn't mention that before. I didn't want to scare you. What can we expect to find down here? You know as much as I do on that account. You have actually seen one of those anatomical, synergetic, transviatical dwellers in darkness. I have not. However, based on your recent reconnaissance, I would expect to find deranged cultists, deranged priests, a deranged shaman, and a shit ton of giant bugs. I'm ready. I like Harlequin. Alright, new objective, stop the ceremony. And it looks like the whole damn thing is gonna be combat mode. So, we're clearly getting to the actual endgame right now. That's gonna do it for this installment of Let's Play Shadowrun Returns. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, I hope you give it a like, consider dropping a comment, and subscribing to the channel. If you're interested, please check out my Patreon and my Discord. Those links are in the video description. Either way, I'm grateful for your time and attention. Really appreciate it. Thanks very much. Have a wonderful day. Take care.